Today I'm going to quickly walk you through what you need for a starter first aid kit when you're trying to survive. And when I say survive, I mean you're in a tough spot, you're in a position where you cannot receive medical aid of any kind, and you totally rely on yourself. Now, if you have a knowledge that you might end up in such situations, I will not come with doomsday scenarios, but there are many circumstances. What would you bring, and what would I bring? Of course, you get these standard kits from pharmacies, and they mostly just contain band-aids, plasters, wound cleaners, and that's it. So you will have to add a few things to that until you learn how to master natural medicine and herbs. So I'll just walk you through what you will need. First of all, you will need a handbook. I keep this to keep it watertight. You will need a handbook on your local natural herbs medicine to learn to master the craft of healing yourself without the use of modern aids, but of course it will take time, so you will need this book. It will be eventually your first aid kit once the modern stuff is used up. So you'll bring that. Next off, you will need something to sterilize the wound area with. If you get a wound, you will have to prevent infections. It's not the wound that is dangerous, it is the infections that you can get from it, and infections can kill you. So you will need wound cleaner. You can use iodine, or you can use just simply hand gel for hygiene. It will work just as well, and use a wipe or just put it on and it will clean it. Make sure you clean your hands, the tools that you work with when you clean your wound. So you'll have to bring that. Make sure you get a supply of antibiotics if you do get infected, or if you get pneumonia infections or something inside, you will need to treat it with antibiotics as well. So try and get a prescription, and always keep antibiotics at hand, simply because it will be worth its weight in gold. There are natural ways to cure things without antibiotics, but you'll have to use your herb book, and it will take you time to learn. So bring some synthetic antibiotics, that's a good thing. For closing wounds, for stitching up, if you get a larger wound, you'll have to stitch it up. You will need needle and thread. This is military grade synthetic thread that can be boiled, so it will be sterilized, along with needles that can be sharpened and boiled, so you can stitch up pretty much anything. You'll need to bring that. You will need to bring military grade surgical needle or scalpel, simply for cutting off dead tissue, or if you have to make a small incision for removing something. So you'll need to bring that. I also like to bring an arteria presser. Simply if you get an open cut with in an arteria, you can close it off immediately. So I like to bring that, and this will last you forever. Of course, scissors. You will need to bring scissors. Lots of obvious reasons. You will need some wound dressing band-aid. 10 meters should hold on it's lightweight, so you'll need to bring that. For other medications, such as painkillers, I would prefer ibuprofen, simply because it has an inflammatory effect, which paracetamol doesn't, and it will help you both with aches, headaches, and as well as internal inflammatory local areas. So bring 10-20 of those tablets until you get yourself established on the herbal side. You can get lots of dresses or cleaners or cleansing wipes and so on, but really this will do just as well, so don't bring that. Sports tape, waterproof, to lug around your treated area, so you will not get any germs into your wound dressing. I think you get 25 meters on a roll, and it will last you for a long time, but make sure to get the watertight part, because it will last you the longer. Again, you can replace this with natural stuff, but I'll get into that later. I also like this syringe here, simply for cleaning up wounds with sterilized water and salt water solutions, if you have to go in deeper, and it's a good thing to have, so I like to bring that. Of course, a few safety pins, always good to have. Pinchers for removing splinters. Always try to remove foreign objects, no matter size, from the body, because again they can cause infections, and infections can cause death. So it's a no-brainer. What else we have? Of course, we have these sterile wound dressing and gauze swabs. But again, this will do just as fine. So no need to get these specialized packs because it's just silly. A pair of latex gloves always good if you have to make large incisions where you will have to use your scalpel and so on. You will have to be even more careful because the deeper you go, the more exposed your body will be. Last but not least, the best medicine is knowledge. Learn how to use the natural resources, and make sure to have a stash of food to last you for 4 or 5 days in case you get ill and are not able to hunt and gather. And it would be a good thing to have calories readily available in your shelter, simply to keep your body going and your immune system going while you are having the fevers and shivers. And that pretty much covers what I would bring and what I would advise you to bring in your survival backpack for starters, until you learn how to master herbal medicine and local bushcraft. I hope that you found this useful, and for more information visit my website.